Hi again, this is my third video. This is in reference to documenting my experience from start to finish with my rotator cuff injury. I am documenting this not just for my own sake, but to help everyone out in understanding, knowing what to expect, knowing, the signs and symptoms of if something's wrong with your shoulder for more than just a sprain, seeing if your doctor is treating you right, how to deal with that. And I'm going to be documenting my surgery, which is coming up in 6 days, how to prepare for it, and everything in between. So if I've left anything out, I will be making separate videos on different things, like my MRI findings. I did a little bit last video, but I'll go into more detail in what things mean and their definitions. So this video, my third video, is going to be documenting my follow-up appointment with the orthopedic surgeon after the MRI, and what he's gonna, his treatment plan. So, last time I went, it was January 11th. Again, I have my cheat sheets, that's why I'm looking away a little bit. Memory's, not what it used to be. So, my MRI was on the 11th, and then I got my results. And I am now back on the January 17th to my visit with my doctor to find out the results and his treatment plan. I don't feel as rushed this time because the last time he was just like in and out. He must have been super busy that day. This time he actually sat down and actually spoke to me. This time though, well, he's a little bit nicer, takes his time a little bit. He tells me that I have a 50% full thickness tear, and he'd like to send me to physical therapy. That was pretty much the gist of it. He's still quick, but I asked him, what is a full thickness tear, 50%? I didn't understand any of this because I had never had any issues with my shoulders before. So he did explain that to me a little bit, quickly. And I asked what the chances of it healing without surgery are, since he wants to send me to therapy. He says that because it's a 50% tear, I have a 50% chance of it healing on its own. And I specifically asked him, I said, healing, actually it growing back to the bone, or just it feels better and I can deal with it? He said actual healing. I was like, okay. So, all right, let's do some physical therapy then. He wants me to go for 6 weeks and then return, see how I am. But then I brought up pain medicine. I suffer from chronic ulcers, so I can't take, the over-the-counter stuff for like ibuprofen and Tylenol, inflammation reducer. He also did talk to me about icing it, because I told him that I've been icing it. It makes it feel better. He said it won't work anymore because it's been so long. There's no longer swelling. So ice won't help it. That I needed to take an anti-inflammatory for the inside. I got a little bit confused at that, because if there's no swelling, why do I need an anti-inflammatory? He said that I only had 50% full thickness tear, and he didn't talk about arthritis, edema, nothing else. So I, questioned him, but he just talked about finding a medication that would be good for my ulcers, that wouldn't hurt my stomach, but also an anti-inflammatory. So he said Celebrex, that I could take that, and it would be safe for my stomach to take, but if, take it with the food. I'm like, okay. So people out there with GERD or acid reflux, ulcers, any kind of things, don't take ibuprofen or any kind of NSAIDs for long periods of time. That will make everything worse. He did ask me also in that appointment if my shoulder was keeping me from working. And I told him that I had chronic migraines due to another illness that I will make another video about. And I don't have migraines anymore, but the migraines were keeping me from working. But now my arm is. So later, when I did look at my chart, because the meeting ended, he sent me to physical therapy. I was like, fine. So that night I went home and I looked at the notes because I do have my chart. So everything's in there. It says that 6 weeks of physical therapy. It's an ambulatory referral for a traumatic tear. So physical therapy got me in right away, and I will document that in the next video.